Hey, how's it going, you guys? This is petplatypus here, and it's time to do another review of Hunter x Hunter. This is going to be episodes 114 and 115. This was a pretty cool episode. It was essentially Gon and Killua making very, very little progress. We got a little scene with Octobro and the other Chimera Ants. We got Morel versus Poof, and we got Shoot and now Knuckle versus Yubi. So, I guess I'll start with Gon and Killua. Killua has caught up to Gon. Gon knows where to go, and they both head out. And Killua is asking himself questions and stuff, and he has this very feminine look on his face, and it just made me think of fucking Killua, and just like, Killua, confess to Gon, bro. No, but, yeah, that's pretty much that whole part. And then you have fucking Octobro and, the Chimera Ants, and they think he is Flutter, and he's talking to them, and everything's going fine. But then he slips up. Instead of calling Leol, Leol, he calls him his old name, and they catch that, and they're like, "Whoa, what the fuck? Whoa, what?" And yeah, we also have a scene of Netero and fucking Zeno flying off with the king with their little fucking Shenron summoning power, and that was cool. And then Chi-Tu bails. I think he's actually going to go to... It seems like he might be actually going to Netero, Zeno, and the King. And if he does that, he's fucking dead. But we'll see where that goes. You have Poof versus Morel, which is basically nothing. We get an explanation of Spirit Message, which is kind of interesting how he can, like, see the aura and read their state of mind and everything. Then he goes into a cocoon, so we'll just have to see what comes out of that cocoon. But, he might pull a Zarbon from Dragon Ball. I mean, there's already been so many Dragon Ball references, I could totally see that happening. Or it could be something totally different, I don't know. But yeah, Morel's just chilling there. Was holding his breath so he didn't get hypnotized, but I believe Poof said that that's not how it works. Something along those lines. The main point of the episode is Shoot versus Yuppie. And Yuppie's still, they're basically doing what they were doing before. Tentacles flying around, clashing with Shoot's fists. Shoot loses his ponytail. He's going in brave. He's going in hard. Basically just trying to keep him away from the king. You know, distract him as long as he possibly can. But he's starting to fade. Some cool moments here and there. He takes one of the eyeballs off of Yuppie. He ends up almost getting skewered, but he hits himself with the fists to get out of the way. That was pretty nicely done. The narration in this episode wasn't too intrusive. Still slowish pacing, but the best pacing since the narration started, I would think. Or I should say. But yeah. Then there's Knuckle, which is, he's just struggling this entire time because time feels like it's taking an eternity, and, what's his name's about to run out of breath, and he just wants to join in this fight, but he's, trying to hold himself back. Shoot's fading fast, so he ends up jumping in, and yeah. A lot of the narration in this episode was fairly pointless, like, just certain lines being said that didn't need to be said. Like, literally, you just saw what happened, and then the narration says it, and that's not necessary. Like, when it explained Yuppie's, like, spirit message powers and how that works, that makes sense, that's fine. Some of the narration makes sense, but some of it's just stating what you just saw, and it's just weird. But yeah. I thought it was a fine episode. I'll go 7.5 out of 10. The fighting so far is fine. Animation in this episode was fine. Nothing overly special. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's just nothing mind-blowing right now. But we'll see where things go. Yeah, I'll give this one a 7.5 like I said, and then we'll move on to 115. Okay, you guys, so episode 115. Not the best episode of Hunter x Hunter, I'll be honest, because it mainly focuses on the wolf guy. And I really don't give a shit about the wolf guy at all. Like, not even slightly. Like, he's not fodder. I understand that. He's not a fodder character, but he's not going to be king at any point. I mean, it's so stupid to me, honestly, that we're even following this character. And he has, like, all these suspicions, and he's kind of wrong anyway, so what the fuck's the point? There's this funny scene where he encounters Chameleon Bro, and he uses these missiles, but then the missiles can't find him, so they're just kind of floating there looking around like, what are we supposed to do? That was funny. Very, very strong ability he has, though, I'll admit that. But yeah, The crawfish dude was also suspicious. Crawfish might not even be the right fuck. His name, they called him Bro, so I'm gonna call him Bro. He's going after who he thinks is Flutter because he's suspicious. We get a scene of Octo Bro, and he's, you know, he has his resolve hardened to find Palm, which we pretty much already knew. Gon and Killua meet up with Zeno for a second. He notices that Killua's different now, and he just bails because his job is done. Kind of disappointing that he didn't do, like, anything, but, you know, whatever. I mean, he did stuff early on, but he didn't do anything, like, he didn't fight anybody. We get Knuckle, which I don't think I mentioned in my previous review, which was part of this, you know, video. I don't think I mentioned that Knuckle engaged Yuppie in combat. I might have mentioned that, but he does in this episode. And by the time we cut back to it in this episode, we're halfway through, and it's exactly where it left off before, so that's kind of disappointing, but yeah. He notices the little thing. I love when people try to hit the little guy and it doesn't break. That's awesome. We get Chameleon Dude looking at Shoot and crying, and I love his walk when he's trying to hold his breath and shit. That's funny. And at the very end, we finally get Gon looking beastly, and he finds fucking Neferpitou. But that's pretty much the entire episode, and really, I mean, not a huge amount of progression on any front, really. Did we get any morale in this? I don't think we got any morale in this episode. I think the Chameleon Dude saw the smoky jail and said something about it, but that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much the entire episode. I don't even know, like, the ending is beastly because he's finally there. He's up against Neferpitou, but other than that, I mean, Knuckle engaged him in combat, but it wasn't very much. Like I said, it picked up where it left off in the last episode, and then that's pretty much, he dodged a couple times, and some interest got added, and that was it. And then there's the cheetah dude, or not cheetah dude, the wolf dude, and he hasn't really progressed that much. He's kind of doubting his own motives right now or some shit. Like I said, I don't really care about him at all. So yeah, I mean, overall this episode was like a 6.5 out of 10. You know, it was a decent episode. It wasn't, you know, amazing. It was, you know, average. Nothing that special. Kind of disappointing, but, you know, not every episode's going to be amazing. If I was watching this weekly, though, this episode would be, you know, far more disappointing, but no, it's not the episode's fault. That's just timing, but, you know, luckily I can watch these daily, because this is a very, very dragged out arc, and I do consider that one of the major problems of this arc, but it's still my favorite arc in the series so far. It would have to do something really fucking bad for me to not consider it my favorite arc, but I don't see that happening, so yeah. Yeah, like I said, 6.5 out of 10 for this episode of Hunter x Hunter. And, I mean, you know, I will say, maybe the wolf stuff, maybe that's going to lead to something really cool. I have no idea, but for now, it's meh. You know, it's like, it's meh right now. But if it does lead up to something cool, then that's cool. But, you know, 6.5. Thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you guys thought of these episodes in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.